So I don't know if you heard, but the day is finally here. The Carrick Institute just launched Chapter 1 of Level 1 of the Functional Neurology Management of Concussion. If you've been following some of our videos, you know that there are 2 levels to the Functional Neurology Management of Concussion, Level 1 and Level 2. Level 1 is all focused around acute concussions. So that time period from 0 days all the way up to 3 months. What do you do in that period of time? And then level 2 is really going to be focusing on persisting concussion symptoms, which go anywhere from 1 month all the way up to 3 years and plus. So 2 very different entities that required very different approaches. So we split them into 2 very different courses. So chapter 1 of level 1, let's talk about that. That's what just released today. Chapter 1 of Level 1 is made up of a couple different topics, with topic 1 being a concussion knowledge assessment tool, chapter 2 being the description of your results, chapter 3 being all about the definition of concussion. So what is a concussion defined as? Looking at all of the different consensuses, all the different sport groups and all the different medical groups and all the different organizations that define what a concussion is, kind of sifting through all the different definitions and actually coming up with a unified definition. Then the next topic is all about epidemiology. Who's more predisposed to concussions? Who's less predisposed to concussions? Who gets better quicker? Who takes longer? What predicts longer outcomes? So on and so forth. So epidemiology is actually really important to understand the person sitting in front of you and what to expect. After we get through epidemiology, we actually talk about acute concussion management. So the term acute kind of gets misinterpreted sometimes, or misinterpreted, excuse me. And the reality is acute starts as soon as it happens. So if you're walking in the mall and you see somebody fall and slip and hit their head, or if you're at a sporting event and you see somebody get clobbered in a tackle, that's the acute moment. It's day 0, minute 0 when it happens. Do you know what to do in those situations? And the reality is when a survey was done, most people have no idea how to manage an acute concussion. Everybody's hands off. Call 911, but reality is you don't always have to call 911. So we're going to go through the steps in which you can help manage the care of somebody at day 0, minute 0. And then we're going to talk about what happens in the hospital, what happens with imaging, what happens when somebody goes home, what type of advice do you give somebody. All of that is comprised in this one topic of acute management. After acute management, then we start going into the different assessments that you might do after somebody is acutely managed, and then also the recovery and sequela after concussion. So chapter 1 there's quite a lot in there, but it sets the groundwork and all the foundation for everything to come after that. Baseline testing, treatments, rehabilitation, and then also level 2, where we start breaking down all the different archetypes of concussion, everything from visual, vestibular, cervicogenic, sleep, autonomic, cognitive, emotional. We're going to break down all these different archetypes and tell you how to evaluate them and how you can affect them with your own 2 hands in your own practice. So excited. If you haven't registered yet for the Functional Neurology Management of Concussion, go ahead and do it now, because we've got courses coming up in October and November in which we're going to be our live courses, our hands-on, and you have to have all chapters 1, 2, and 3 completed before you can attend the live course. So let's get on it quickly, and I will see you guys there.